A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant and controversial move, President Donald Trump has issued a second pardon to Dan Wilson, a defendant involved in the January 6th Capitol riots, who was serving time for separate gun offenses. This decision, made public on November 15, 2025, has reignited discussions surrounding the implications of presidential pardons and the ongoing debates about the events of that fateful day in 2021. Wilson, a self-identified supporter of Trump, was part of the group that stormed the Capitol in an effort to overturn the 2020 presidential election results. He was apprehended and subsequently charged with conspiracy to impede or injure a federal officer. In May 2024, Wilson pleaded guilty to these charges and was sentenced to 5 years in prison. However, he was granted clemency in January 2025 as part of a broader initiative by Trump to pardon approximately 1,500 individuals connected to the January 6th events. Despite this initial pardon, Wilson remained behind bars due to additional charges related to firearms possession. In June 2022, law enforcement conducted a search of Wilson's home, uncovering numerous firearms and ammunition, which he was prohibited from possessing due to prior felony convictions. This led to further charges, and Wilson was set to remain incarcerated until 2028. The White House has justified the recent pardon by stating that the firearms discovery was part of the investigation into Wilson's January 6th involvement. Trump's decision to pardon Wilson has drawn mixed reactions. Supporters of the former president argue that this move corrects a miscarriage of justice, while critics contend that it undermines the rule of law and sends a dangerous message regarding accountability for actions taken during the Capitol riots. Wilson's attorney, George Pallas, expressed relief at the pardon, claiming that his client had been wrongfully imprisoned for expressing his political beliefs. "For too long, my client has been held as a political prisoner by a government that criminalized dissent," Pallas stated. President Trump's pardon rights this wrong and sends a clear message that peaceful Americans will not be persecuted for their beliefs. Mr. Wilson is innocent. He has always been innocent, and this pardon proves it. The case has become emblematic of the larger legal and political fallout from the January 6th insurrection, raising questions about the limits of presidential power and the nature of justice in politically charged cases. As the nation continues to grapple with the implications of that day, Trump's pardoning of Wilson serves as a flashpoint for ongoing debates about political dissent, accountability, and the role of the judicial system in addressing acts of insurrection. The pardoning of Wilson is likely to have repercussions not only for those involved in the January 6th events, but also for the broader political landscape as the country moves forward. With the 2024 presidential election on the horizon, Trump's actions are sure to influence his supporters and detractors alike, as discussions about the legitimacy of the January 6th protests and the subsequent legal actions continue to unfold. As Wilson's release from prison reverberates through the political sphere, it remains to be seen how this will impact public opinion and the ongoing discourse surrounding the events of January 6th. The implications of this pardon extend beyond Wilson himself, touching upon the very fabric of American democracy and the principles of justice and accountability. As the nation watches closely, the ramifications of Trump's decision will undoubtedly shape the narrative leading into the next election cycle. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.